Hey, everybody. Whoops. I knew that would happen. Artie is on location. He will hopefully be joining us shortly. If not, you're stuck staring at me. Hope you're all well. We've got hello, Train Man was here earlier, much earlier. Stormy Sky Productions is here, and Dave from Scott Rails is here. Diesel Days and Smokestacks are here. So, yeah, I'm holding the fort, waiting for Artie to come in. I did not prepare anything, but we'll see what happens. Artie is at a train show, I think is the best way to put it, although I guess I wasn't supposed to give that away yet. But since somebody in the background was helping, I guess now the secret's out. So he is live. He's just got to find the internet and hope everything's going. But anyhow, I hope everybody's well. It's been only a few hours since I did my live stream, and there are plenty of other live streams going on right now. But no, I just threw this on the background to be silly. But yeah, this is anybody who follows my channel knows this is my deck. And hey, Randall, good to have you here. And I am going to pop a basic link in here, and folks that want to come up and chat while we're waiting for Artie can come up and chat. There we go. But yeah, so I didn't really plan anything because Artie was just kind of let me know earlier today that he was going to be on site, and I've been busy with other things today. So anyhow, let's see what like on this show when Artie's not here, I try to be more serious and try to be more train related. We've got Walkabout Artie, speak of the devil, literally. There he is. So let's make you bigger. Whoops, other way. Other way. We want to do that the other way.
G'day, buddy. How are you?
I'm Peachy Keen and Ducky Fine.
Okay, I gotta say quick hello to everybody.
There we go.
Trey Man, how are ya? Welcome. Before I go, hello. Just quickly tell you everybody, I'm back up here for the Filmers annual Steam Festival. The one that we were supposed to have in April got cancelled. It got postponed to now.
And there's the one. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Thank you, Artie, and good night, everybody.
Okay, good night, guys. It's an annual event down here, so I've come up here again for this year. I'm not going to go to the museum this time. Funds are a little bit tight, but it's plenty around to look around. So we've got this train in here at the moment. It's going to depart very shortly. In the meantime, I'm just going to say a quick hello to everybody. Hang on. Yeah. G'day, Trayman again. Hello. We got Stormy Skies. Scots, how are you? Diesel Days and Smokestacks. Welcome. It's the first time I've seen you in here. Welcome to the group. We'll try to make it sensible as possible. That's not going to happen, is it, Anthony?
Not on this show. We don't do sensible.
Yeah. Well, we got our own kind of sensible. What else do we got?
More train related than the last 20 shows have been.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, at least we got live trains now, and Andy Dobson, where is he? He's been wanting Australian trains, so here we go. And it's me. Hi, Steve. Okay, you changed your name. Okay. Oh, you started a new channel. Okay, well, well, you haven't got a spanner and I can't give it to you now, so I'll have to sort that out for another time so you can advertise next week. We got a lot of things that steam related. We've even got Container Man here with his steam truck. Don't know where he's left his trailer. We'll have a look at that shortly. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Well, since we couldn't get to the meet and greet, this is next best thing, I suppose, isn't it? You there, Anthony?
Maybe even better.
Yeah, because we can actually see the trains, not being cooped up inside a cabin. But I mean that live stream last night with Rick, with the gang in the Bud car, that was quite neat.
Yeah. So well, any meet and greet without me isn't worth going to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, they forgot to take me there this year, so yeah. I mean, I didn't see my face there, so I'm very disappointed. Got forgotten again. So just a quick one. This is a 30 class steam engine. It's one of the steam engines they've restored here at the museum. Filming is located roughly about an hour southwest of Sydney. It is a private group, but it has been getting a lot of government funding lately. The museum is up behind those tree lines there, and they have spent millions and millions of dollars in fixing up the museum and putting a lot of the stock undercover with pathways and such. Now, this is a 30, as I said, it's a 30 class steam engine. This is a tender version that originally came out as a tank engine. Now, if anyone's ever taken notice of the Sydney Harbour Bridge when they've done the load testing of it, they actually used, majority of these 30 classes were actually used to do a load test on the actual bridge. So, bit of what we used to call useless information, but somebody might find it useful. So as soon as this one leaves, I'm going to stay here for a little bit at the gate because we've got the Garrett that's going to be coming. Oh, talking about a Garrett, here she is here. Now, if anybody wants to see what the train rides are like up here, go back and see my live stream from up here last year. I didn't go down this line here. I went that away. So on the back of the, hang on, sorry, it's going to make the voice a bit shaky. Now the engine behind is a diesel. I know it doesn't go chook chook chook. But the thing about the 40 class at the back, the diesel, it is a Canadian built engine. So if any Canadians in here, you've got one of your engines in here.
So it
was used.
Maple syrup.
What's that?
It's Canadian, so it runs on bacon and maple syrup.
Yep, that's the one. Yep. And that was actually one of the.
And the driver runs on beer.
Yeah, they're up at most of them are up at the Steam Fest. I mean, at the meet and greet, aren't they? There she goes. She's lit off, steam. It's too much pressure.
Hello, Joe.
G'day, Joe. How are you, buddy? Now, with the 40 class, it was used to take the Queen around the state when she came to visit here in her early days, Queen Elizabeth II. I just noticed they've actually redone a lot of the track up in here. They've actually gone to concrete tyres and got rid of all the wooden ones. Now, this is the only Garrett in light steam that's been restored. It's been on the rails now about 5-6 years. There is 1, 2 in the museum in here. And there is about 4 more that survived that's up at Dorigo, but I don't think those ones will be ever be seen by public again. Let me just pan out to the other side. Everybody's getting clustered here. 30 classes to should be moving very shortly. I don't know what's the other engine on the other side.
And about to have a game of chicken between the two locomotives. So when you're ready.
Well, the chicken's in between. G'day, John Skookill. Welcome, buddy. How are you?
Oh, John.
Yeah, I mean, now the carriages the passenger cars that are on this one here, I do have a few of them in my fleet. Here she goes. She's off on a merry way. And a boom goes to come across. A British invention.
Come on,
got everything here.
There. Oh my God. Come on, get out of the way there.
Yeah, come on, hurry up. Yeah, the good old days when it was all manual gates. I noticed it's all metal now. There used to be wooden gates here. It'd be a nice thing to have on a layout working. So here we go. We've got the Garrett coming in now. Now, I think it was June last year? No, October last year. There is a video from when I went for a ride on the Garrett when they have the transport gala in Central. That'd be right. It's shy, scared putting on the blanket smoke around it. But I tell you what, she's got some grunt behind her. Still got to make a set of these carriages for my collection.
Well, welcome on welcome on Mike Randall. Right now, we're going to let Artie show his full screen.
Yeah. You're going to have to bring Kai in with you so we can go for a ride in one of these trains, Anthony.
Well, I don't know if I'll ever make it down there with Kai. By the time he's ready to fly, I'll probably be done flying.
And here's your 40 class, and I can tell you what, you can't beat the smell of the old diesel. The modifications, difference between this 40 class and the American ones, as you can see, is the buffers up the front, and there's no steps. They actually had letters. It's one of the awkward diesels they had. First generation, but it was the first mainline diesel. So she's going to be in here for a while. We'll take a wander in a minute. Just let the crowd disperse first. G'day, Randall. How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's happening?
Not much, mate. At least we can see some real trains. And as I said, again, I'm disappointed Andy Dobson's not in here because he's been wanting to see Aussie trains, and he's not here.
You got a problem, Artie.
I've got a problem. What's the problem?
You talk about seeing real trains, and then you face the camera the other way where there are no trains to see.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
There you go. Real train.
There's a real train.
with real pedestrians, with a real gate.
Yeah, well,
Now you're.
I just what?
Artie,
Yeah, well.
oh my God, no! Ah!
Oh, my fingers! Ah, there we go. There we go. You want a real train? There you go, Anthony.
I've got blue.
Well, there's some short material.
Yeah, we haven't blacked out the
There's some
screen.
short material, Artie.
We had to wide out the screen because there's that old content here now. Oh, hang on.
Think
It's
you
gone.
Artie will get in his prison cell later, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm halfway to the prison cell. Actually,
Staring at the wall or the floor, we won't say.
yeah, well, just be hush hush because there's three federal police are up here somewhere. I saw the car on the way in, so I've got to be careful.
Yeah, you just walked past one with your. Are you on earphones?
Yes, I am. Yeah. Yeah, I had to spoil your fun there, Anthony.
I could have so much fun if you weren't on your earphones. You learned your lesson after the last one.
Yes, I did. I don't have Richard with me this trip, so Richard, if you're watching, sorry I didn't ring you, buddy. I left this to the last minute because I wanted to see what the weather's going to do first. Because I did say it was going to be rain and weather yucky, but as you can see, it's actually quite beautiful up here at the moment. Nice blue skies, and it's not as hot as what it was last time I was here. It's actually quite pleasant. While she's unloading or reloading, we'll just take a quick little wander. The little town of Filmy, as I said, it's about an hour out of Sydney. This was a little branch line that left from Picton and came out at Mittagong. But now the line is actually used by the Transport Museum. I am actually now looking in the south. The train will go probably 4 or 5 miles down to the south. But they do go to Sydney down that way. That's looking up north towards Sydney. And up there is not too bad either. Yeah. And here's one of the steam trucks. Rockdale Municipal Council. Very nicely restored. Let me try to get around the side of it. Of course, everyone's taking photos of it. There's one vehicle I have not seen here, and this is the second year I'm here. I haven't seen it yet. But there is a car that actually runs on steam, a steam car. I have not seen it in the last couple of years here. There's something that's about as old as you there, Anthony, the Coke machine. That Coke machine there is about nearly as old as you.
Yeah, and still works, just like me.
Yeah, and look at it. It doesn't. This one doesn't take coins either. It's a self-serve. So this guy take the photo. Other Wollongilly Council. They have. See, there was a line about the police. See, there he is. He went that way, so we're going to go this way. This is the main street of Thilmy. As you see, it's all closed off. It does bring in a lot of money, tourist dollars in here. That's new, the blow up 3801. Yeah, you don't have to put any dynamite underneath it, but yeah, you got the blow up there for you, Anthony.
That's kind of cool.
Now, a lot of the stations in this state and throughout the country, but particularly in this state, it's common to see these type of buildings around a place. They were actually station masters' quarters. Station masters used to live by the station. There are still a few about. The one at Yandera is still standing. And probably about another 4 or 5 are on the south coastline. A lot of the others have been demolished or completely burnt down. But a lot of them have got a historical, heritage listing on them, so they can't be touched. Particularly on the outside, they cannot alter the look on the outside. Once the Garrett moves off, I'll get down here by the fence line. Once the Garrett moves off, I'll do the walk around the perimeter of the museum. Now, we've always had that debate about the controls, right? Like, drivers, car drivers' controls are on the left-hand side. So here we are in Australia. We decided we were going to do exactly that with the train. We thought we'd get it right. So we put the controls on the left-hand side of the locomotive. So what do you guys do in the US and North America? You guys decide to go to the right. So how can we win here? Can anyone answer me that question?
Nope, I can't.
You can't?
No,
But at least you see
not any of this.
But at least you can see that we have. Oops, sorry, about my finger. At least you can see we did attempt to rectify the errors of our way. Actually, she sounds pretty nice. There has been a lot of these 40 classes kit bashed from the Alcos in the US models. Old Bill Cox, he did do a very nice kit bashed 40 class. I don't know if Robin has still got it from this collection. Eureka Motors did do one. I don't know if there's still anything left, but we waited something like maybe 10 years for the model to be released. We'll just sit here. Garrett should be leaving for a while. So, any questions before I wander off from here?
Hey, JD from Grandpa Rails.
That's a nice
Hey,
color
JD,
scheme
how
on
are you,
buddy? Hey, JD. And John SRV and anyone else I didn't say hi to. Hello. I was going to say, that's a nice color scheme on that engine.
Yeah, I do.
Well, this color scheme was actually used for. There was only 2 engines in this class that were painted in this color scheme. G'day, Tommy and Ray. How are you? There was only 2 engines, and I ran as pairs, and they were part of the Royal Train, the Royal Jubilee and whatnot. It was used for that, and this was basically only one in blue screen with the yellow stripes, because the blue screen with the yellow stripes was predominantly the colour scheme for Victoria. Now, this state's colour scheme is generally Tuscan or Indian red, but the front of it was pretty much the same. Like if you've noticed a lot of my brown and Tuscan coloured trains at home, their models, that was the actual state's colour scheme.
Yeah, but the thing is, you really don't want too much, if anything, with a big yellow stripe on it, Artie.
Why is that, Anthony?
Because they get scared and run away.
Yeah. I was going to say, Artie, that's a very Norfolk and Western-esque paint scheme on that engine.
Yeah, it rebuilt RS1.
Yeah, go ahead, Artie. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I just answered Joe's question. It's based off the RS1. It doesn't have the Alco motor in it. It's actually got the EMD motor in it. This one's a Canadian built. There was, don't quote me, well, I don't know if Rich is around. I think there were about 30, 40 of these made. And that's our first generation, or the first mainline diesels that we actually had here. It looks like the RS1. The difference of them is, one, as you notice, the front, there's no steps. We've got buffers on the front. I don't know if we've still got the pivoting not going yet. Let's have a look. She might actually have the pivoting coupler on the front. No, it doesn't. A lot of them used to have pivoting couplers on the front. This one hasn't, but it hasn't even got, on the top of the knuckle coupler you'll see like a lift up where they put the lugs for the chains. That's where they used to use the chain couplers. That's the reason for the buffers. Knuckle couplers came out in the late late 60s, early 70s is when they predominantly started using knuckle couplers in the state. Just wait to they get that photo. This couple kit, yep. There's an old goods shed. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Randall.
Well, I was just going to say, it looks like a very Norfolk and Western scheme. They had a scheme similar to that from photos I've looked at. And, according to Scale Trains themselves, some of their SD45s had a scheme very similar to that.
I don't
Yeah.
know. My limited knowledge of Norfolk and Western never saw them in that kind of blue.
But that would have been only a limited number.
Yeah.
Randall, wouldn't it? I haven't really looked into Norfolk Southern's history, but
N&W, Norfolk and Western, not Southern.
yeah, Norfolk and Western, yeah. Yeah, probably would. I haven't really seen too many of their photos, but it probably could have been. Most of the colour schemes, the Victorian Railways, he basically copied the colour scheme similar to what Erie Railroad had up north. You know how they had the blue body with the yellow whiskers on the front of them. Victorian Railways basically used that colour scheme. We had a similar to it, but instead of the blue as the main colour, we actually went Tuscan. Actually, I just looked at the same. Okay.
He says he just looked at them and said, yes, it is very similar. Well, that's great confirmation. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Derek. That was great. Thank you very much.
Now you do know a little bit of a history lesson about Norfolk and Western. Is the guy who started Norfolk and Western had a younger brother that was jealous and tried to start another rail line, and he called it Norfolk and Eastern, but it didn't last long.
Was that his younger brother?
Yeah, it was his younger brother. He had Norfolk and Eastern, but his company went bankrupt in just a few months.
Isn't it funny too?
All his locomotives went into the Atlantic Ocean on Norfolk and Eastern.
Okay. Is that fact, or you're making a joke out of it?
I'm making that shit up. See, Norfolk is on the coast. That's why you have Norfolk and Southern and Norfolk and Western, but you don't have Norfolk and Eastern. It's on the coast. You go east, you go on the ocean.
But we know, you know, when the little brother always tries to compete with the big brother, you know it's always going to be a failure, don't you? Most of the time, anyway.
Yes, I always make it the younger brother as one who has a younger brother.
Yeah.
It's a little shit.
Yeah. Okay, so the train's not going for a while because the drivers actually, we don't call them engineers here, we call them train drivers. You just have these
They're
months there.
sobering up. I mean, they're taking a break.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to get my battery pack up. I think I might be
Artie, if
running
you
out of
hop the
battery.
fence right now, how far do you think you get before you get arrested? Do you think you can
Probably-
make it? Could you make it in to drive?
No, because no, someone's already jumped in the driver's seat, so we're too slow.
I was trying to boost your views.
Well, I know. It'll give boost the views and bring the ratings up, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let me just. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So I'll try not to make people seasick. I'm just trying to put battery pack.
Too late.
Does it feel like you're flying over the Pacific Ocean?
Oh man.
Oh wow, man! I knew I shouldn't have had those brownies.
Yeah.
Hang on, just use this for a minute. I can't do this single-handed.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the invisible Australian termite.
They haven't done too bad in this one, but the post where I was leaning on before on the other side of the road there. Wavy, yeah, well, we're just trying to show what it's like on the floating on the Pacific Ocean there, JD. Ilma, how are you, buddy? Welcome. Just come at the right time. Yeah, I can see why Norfolk and Eastern have failed there, Anthony.
What's that?
Yeah. I can see why Norfolk and Eastern failed. Yeah. So, okay. It's based off the Alco Shell, Delmar.
Artie, Rick Bailey just popped in from their little get together.
Oh, he has?
Yeah, he's in the chat right now.
G'day, Rick. How are you?
Rick.
Look, the weather's nicer here. Look. And we got actual trains while they were running, but yeah, here you go, buddy. Since no one took me to the meet and greet, I had to make a compromise. So here we are. Yeah, we didn't stop at the diner. Just came home. That was a very, very smart move, John. That was a very, very smart move. You don't know what those guys get up to when they go out for dinner. So once this leaves, we'll go for a wander up around the museum. We'll try to get around the museum. Oh look, I can jump in and take it. I don't know how quick I can.
Go for it, Artie. Go for it. You only live once. Go.
You'll be here to bail me out in a couple of weeks, so I'll be right.
Oh, that's right. You'd get arrested and everything, and then we'd have no place to stay coming over. All right, you'll have to behave yourself.
A picture will let you in.
Then again, if you could go ahead and get arrested here, and then just leave the key under the mat for Joyce and me, we'll be fine. We'll feed Pixie.
Yeah, well, she knows how to open the door. You'll be right. Yeah. Yeah, you'll just have to go through the back doors. That's the only one she knows how to open. In the bathroom window. It's a bit of a pervert, that one.
We'll just leave all backdoor jokes alone right now.
Yeah, we better, because Rick said we know what he likes. You know, when we talk about back doors, he likes talking about back doors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Delmo, I'll just fill him in quickly. It is It is the shell based on the RS1 or the Alco. But the engine, the motive power that's inside of it is actually the MD engine. We just went through the differences. We don't have a step on the side. There is a little ladder on the other side of the front. Very awkward to get up to, and then we have the buffers that are up the front.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is just typical Australian mindset. Artie is at a steam gala, so for the last 15 minutes, we've been checking out a diesel locomotive.
Yeah, well, give it a moment. The other one's going to be back soon, so, you know, they're trying to fire up the Garrett on the other end. Hang on a minute. We did start off with steam engines.
We did. That's why I said the last 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah. Yeah. I just wish they'd get their act together. I mean, they are ex-State Railway employees in here, so we know what they go for a cab ride. I think me and probably about another 500-600 other kids would like to be going for cab rides too. How often do they run? Okay, this Steam Festival comes up every year. There's this one, and there's one up at Maitland. The one up at Maitland is a good one. I miss that one. The Maitland one's a good one because they actually end up chasing a lot of the, not chasing, they actually race a lot of the steam engines. There's a section of line there which has got 6 rails side by side, and they actually raise the steam engines along with the with when they'll restore Tiger models.
Yeah, Delmarva says
comes up
how often these trains run today.
They'll be running up to about 3-4 o'clock this afternoon.
So will they make 1 trip, 2 trip each, 3 trip each?
They will do over a dozen trips today. This one here will do the
on acid.
Yeah. Now this one here does the longest run. He goes down the incline into Picton to the south, and just near the junction, which is the main Sydney-Melbourne rail line. Let me just get back up here. Okay. And then you got about a 4-mile run in that direction, which is on the flat. They'll do roughly about a dozen or so trips for the day.
Okay.
Tickets are roughly about, I think they were about $25. $30 tickets gives you entrance to the museum as well. Now, if you want to have a look at the museum, you will see there's shots of me in the museum last year.
Welcome to Kahat Railways, where the trip is more important than the destination.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just came up with that old Randall. I don't know if you remember that Kahat Airlines commercial I made.
Yeah, that's still my favorite.
Oh my! I can't believe it. I wrote the damn thing and made it, and I was watching it today, and I'm still laughing.
That's got to be one of the best commercials I've ever seen.
It's more important than the destination.
Well,
Get high on the plane while you're high on the plane.
Well, I can tell you this much. I think Railroad was here in the last 12 months. There is resemblance of their handiwork just on the other side of down the back down that way, where you can see how the carriage is buried. Go up and blow the horn. Hang on, let me just try to find the remote for it.
Yeah, hey Artie, if you go up and blow his horn, he might let you drive it. Oh wait, you're talking the sound horn. Never mind.
I I need to get me like an undecorated box car or locomotive at some point and do like a Cahock Railways model.
Actually, you just giving me an idea there. You just giving me an idea there, Randall. I've actually got something that might just suit Cahock Railroad. I've got some carriages already made up in the colour scheme.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I just got to get it out the storage. It's a shame I don't have a matching engine for it. That would be neat. I need to get a matching engine to go with it. I don't know what I'll put on the front of it though. I did have an Australian B class that had the matching colours to it. I got it pretty cheap, but I ended up repaying it. But that's gone missing. Yeah, storage. Well, they've got it at the storage shed and put in the scrapyard, but the other half of the train is like, I'll have to walk up there and have a look. I'll get the photos and I'll have to do a separate one, shot of it. But it is like half the carriages, I don't know how they parked it, but it's half of it's under the rails, the other half is out of the rails. Yeah. But there's a lot of scrap pieces down the back from when they piled it up at the end of the line here because they've got the brakes on. You don't have a Cahock Railroad cars, have you, Anthony?
Still what?
You don't have Cahock Railroad running on your layout, have you?
Probably not.
No, I think you're going to need one.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good? You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I think we'll have to vote on that. Yeah. Thank God they had the wings clipped. They're not flying anymore. Well, they were flying a bit too high. We got to a different universe.
I got my track, I got my trains, got nothing else, not even brains.
Brains? You need brains to operate one of these, do you? I didn't think you needed brains to operate a train because there's no steering wheel in it. They just got tracks that actually tells them where to go. Exactly. Well,
Artie, tell the driver he's on an international feed going to
the US.
countries. We can exaggerate a little.
And tell them half America's watching him. Yeah. No, couldn't embarrass the poor bloke. All right. You've been here half an hour. You're not making money when the train's sitting down for this. No, mile up. As soon as I walk away, they'll start the party. But yeah, the average ticket on these train lines is roughly about $30. It gives you the access to the museum. It's a shame it doesn't give you free food and drink because that would go down pretty good. But we are going to go because the automatic boom gates are working again.
Well, here we go. Something's going to happen, or are they just going to let people across?
Yep, something's about to go. As soon as he goes out, the other one's going to come in. And then we'll go for a wander. Let's see if he can mess it up.
Come on, let's go!
Come on, get on with it. Time's money. The horn.
Time is an imaginary concept.
Yeah. Now, there'll be one thing you guys will notice that we do not have train horns here. Oh, not train horns, train bells in this state. Look, the weather has been actually nice today. Yesterday wasn't too bad. Actually, no, yesterday was freezing cold, but today is actually quite nice. It's comfortable. I'm in my short sleeve t-shirt. Um, it's actually very nice, and it's not as hot as it was last year. Last year it got really, really hot up here.
Yeah, Artie went down to his thong. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, here we go.
Yay! And there was much rejoicing.
Got a Canadian horn. Did you guys hear the echo in the background? There we go. We've got white smoke. I mean, you've got to say that sounds pretty neat. They've done a real good job. There's your super ladder there. Now these first two carriages, that's what they use on the long haul. There are so many variants of sleeping cars in it. These were all the interurban ones that we see now. Used to be able to travel on all the fancy trains on this one. And of course we've got the Garrett that's going backwards. Must be Queenslanders driving that one. There's a lot of Queenslanders going backwards, we know that.
Well, there you go.
There's that one, and the other one should be just about back too. You want me to stay here, or do you want me to go to wander around that, so you guys can have another look?
I don't know, depends. Why don't you want? I don't want to tell you one thing or the other, because if I tell you to do one thing, the other thing will be more interesting.
Well, the other one should be back now anyway, so actually I might walk over to the other side of the platform. Just wait for the stampede to clear first. As you can see, there is a lot of people. It is very popular. Brings a lot of the dollars in the community too, which is a good thing. Brings a lot of families together, and it's good. And it's a really good event. Very successful. Last year's was very successful. We'll go now. The crowd dispersed.
Steam come out.
We'll walk to the other way. Now, no, the ice train won't make it up here, Anthony. The IC won't make it up in here.
That's right. You don't call them ice trains.
Well, we call them ice trains.
HST.
Yeah, well, it's spelled as ice, so it's going to be called ice. So this, this is. I know this fire engine here looks a bit odd, but this is what we call. This is our rural fire brigade, which does all the bushfire fighting up in this area. And it's run by volunteers. It's not paid crew in that. So we're just going to walk around.
On the wire would be just like Ash Wednesday bushfire.
But I've got to tell you, they do a wonderful job. They come out here to do this sort of thing on a volunteer basis as well. Up here back in 2019, this side wasn't too bad, but this town got threatened by the bushfire pretty bad. Just down there in the horizon over the bushland up there, that's where a lot of the bushfires were. And to the west of this town, it was quite ferocious. Now,
I remember those on American News. I remember those on American News in the 80s.
What's that?
the Ash Wednesday bushfires from Australia.
The Ash Wednesdays, they were down south, down in Victoria.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, when you guys come over here, we'll be going in that area where Ash Wednesday was. And here's the other one. I was right. As soon as you move, they come in. You're going to see what the steam engine is on the other side of this. We did have the 30 class at the front of it. But yeah, this town. Sorry. This town was. What's that, Anthony?
I just playing with the crying son. I said, "Oh, did you hurt yourself, Artie?"
You bugger. You bugger.
Hey, Artie, here's a game you can play. Just make it interesting. See how many car alarms you can set off while you're walking down.
Yeah, but our rental cars just arrived here, Anthony.
Joe's is better.
That's the car we're going to be traveling in. Do you see it? It's double parked there.
Oh, that's the car you're Joyce up in. I see. Well, it's a classic. I don't know if you'll put our luggage in there. Hell,
plenty of room for luggage.
Fit that car in the trunk of my car.
Yeah, well, so the luggage will just strap it down on the side steps. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, so there you go. That's what we got. So we've actually got the 32 class engine on this side. So it's great. God, thanks. Thanks, Joe. I thought you were a nice bloke. Jeez. Bloody fencing. Let me just unhook this here.
Actually wasn't too bad. You squeezed it through the...
Now that's a 30 class. Now there was a lot of these down on my line. They were prominently used for express passenger services back in their day. That's nice and restored. Obviously a Hunter, so this one obviously must have been up the north towards Newcastle. I don't know if they do the same thing over in the US, but see how we've got the white crosses on the signals. That means that those signals are not active. They used to be. But they've done a nice job in restoring this. And same with these FS coaches. Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys know young Richard occasionally comes with me. He is going to be doing some carriages like this with these style windows. Now that crane in the background, that was working last year. Just going to move it further up. The Cahutt Railroad is on the other side of the train shed there. You see the big watering tower, and in the distance where you see the red roof, that's the actual museum, which is undercover, and the shed in the distance is where all the rolling stock is. So I guess this is going to be here for a while. Wait for the crowd to go, and then we'll start working on it around the other side. I said I won't be going into the museum this time around. One, I didn't get the ticket. It just funds have been a little bit tight, and I left at the last moment. But there's plenty of footage in here. I don't know if Anthony and Joyce want to come up here when they visit. We'll get some more shots from inside the museum, won't we, Anthony?
Yeah, why not?
Mm. It's not far from my place. It's only about 30-minute drive from my place. We could probably even do a live stream from up here too, eh?
Good.
Well, they don't open at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry, Anthony.
Yeah. I don't know how
Yeah.
I'm going to do my Friday live streams. I hate to see my record broken. I haven't missed a Friday live stream in 4 years.
Well, you'll still be able to do it. There's nothing stopping you. There's nothing stopping you.
Getting up at 5 a.m. or broadcasting at 5 a.m. is a huge deterrent. Not to mention, I'd be talking on the computer, and you and Joyce would be Joyce would be sleeping, and you'd be sleeping and going, "What the fuck?"
No, we'll be all right. We'll be in our own room. You just got to put up the person that the other one that's in there, Pixie. She'll be nudging you. Let me out. Let me out. What are you doing up this time in the morning? Give me breakfast. You know what she's like. You see what she's like when I'm just streaming from home. No, you'll be right. You'll be right. So yeah, they've done a nice job in restoring this. This has been restored probably about 10 years ago. They still maintain it. They said they were lucky that they actually got a lot of funds from private sectors, but the government did give them a large donation, substantial donation to keep it going. Particularly in doing up the museum's structure there that you see. Yeah, she is a nice steamer. There, I would like to get one for my South Coast Daylight set, but you can't buy these kits anymore. They do not have these kits available anymore. There was someone making this steam engine, but yeah, the reviews on them are not too crash hot, and I've been told they're not really good on hills. So, and if you see my layout, it's a mountains railroad, and it doesn't, it won't make it up the grade. There is another steam engine that's available at the moment that I would have liked to have got my hands onto, but since its pulling power is not the best, I wasn't going to waste $300 on an engine that I'm not going to really be able to use. So anyway, we'll walk around to the other side. Hopefully, I won't get run over by cars. I know you guys will like to see me get hit by the car, but
No, at this stage, no.
At this stage, no.
No. There's too much going on for you to get hit by a car.
Yeah. I'll just get up there in a minute. We'll just have a quick look at it. And look, it's a Ford. It's an actual Ford that lasted. G'day. Yeah. How young is it?
It's almost next year. Will be 100 years old.
100 years old. Look, it's nearly as old as you, Anthony.
Almost.
Almost. Oh, aren't you about 110? Couldn't resist that. Sorry. Yeah. Look, it even comes with a spare tire.
Actually, yeah, Dodge is 110.
Dodge is 110.
Yeah.
And this car's 100. So, yeah, it is about your. So you are older than this car.
Yep.
We're live streaming to Australia, and I believe this is the wife of the owner of the car. She will be the bank manager. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Here comes the driver.
Here comes the driver there, but I mean, look at the seat. It's not bad. I mean, the seats look better than you, Anthony, for 100 years old.
And they're probably more comfortable too, but you're not going to find that out either.
More comfortable
Well,
than I am
I
not
know
touching
the
that one,
seats look
Anthony.
better than me, Artie. So
Did you find anyone to help you?
Yeah.
What's that?
I said I know the seats look better than me, Artie. So
Oh, you? Oh, no, yeah. There's. Oh no, that's my transportation after the show. Hang on.
Sorry, bro.
You see, I wasn't lying about the Australian Federal Police being here and looking for me.
There you
Um, so I guess that would be my trip home today. Yeah. Excuse me. Before they load the carriages up, we'll walk up this hill.
We're not doing a documentary. Artie is on the grassy knoll.
On the what?
The grassy knoll. That's an American comment.
Oh, okay.
It involves the Kennedy assassination, the grassy knoll.
Okay.
All right, Artie,
And this
can you
is-
see through the window? Look at those comfortable seats. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Believe it or not, I travelled in seats.
Come
Like
on,
this
Artie,
to
I'm
Melbourne when I was a
holding my
kid.
hands. I'll give you a boost. Go through the window.
Well, there's no one watching. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm being watched at the moment. We won't be able to do it. And there's the bathroom. This is where you might be able to see. There's the bathroom there. That's where non-paying passengers usually hide.
Yeah.
And actually, they've actually got knuckle couplers in here now. They don't have the chain couplers. They've gone a long way. Oop, I'm about to run out of power again. I'm going to plug myself back in.
In the days after latrine cars.
The what?
I said, in the days after latrine cars.
Yeah. It's something very rare in our local trains these days. The inner city ones, they do still have. They still have toilets in them or bathrooms in them.
Yeah.
Whether they are unlocked or not, that's a different story.
hey, Artie.
Yeah.
Artie. While we're on that subject, have you ever heard the stories that I've heard about the Norfolk Southern locomotives, the older ones?
No.
Okay, so I had an engineer tell me this. One of the older head engineers that's there tell me this. The old Norfolk Southern, we're talking like the pre-9 era.
Yeah.
So their locomotives didn't have an actual toilet in them like the BM motors had. They had a seat with a hole cut in it and a bucket underneath with a trash bag. That was your toilet in an NS motor. And no, I'm not making that up. I was literally told that by one of the old head engineers.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Now, with a lot of our rolling stock, you don't. Oh, actually, you can see it on this one here. With the passenger cars, we did have the British style system. You'll see at the end of that car there's a pipe coming down. That's the flushing toilet pipe there. Well, that's horrible.
Delmarva Rail fan, it gets better than that.
Or
Yeah, it gets way better than that. I had another guy tell me that and supposedly one of the people who worked at NS told him this. The railroad got to where they had to where they made the crews label the trash bags, put their initials on the trash bags, because apparently, as the trains were going down the tracks, the crews were throwing the bags out the window alongside the tracks. they were not thinking too highly of that, so they made the crews put their initials on the trash bags.
One of the things that I used to one of the things I used to do when I was a kid, and traveling on these trains up to Sydney, is I used to get into one of these carriages. The property was at the last carriage, and in them days we used to have the toilet rolls in it. And and what I'd do is I'd actually put the start of the toilet paper into the bowl, and then just continually flush it. And then you see this stream of toilet paper just following the train around. Particularly, my favourite spot used to be the Stanwell Park Viaduct, because it curves around. And for so many years, I actually challenged myself, can I actually get the toilet paper to flush out without breaking for the whole length of the viaduct? And it took me 2.5 years to get it right. And then they got rid of that toilet pipe, didn't they?
In there, how many people went in there like, where the hell's the toilet paper?
Back in them days, they did actually have spare rolls in the toilet in the trains in Anthony. Yeah, but it was only the girls that were screaming for the toilet paper. The guys were great.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, Artie, because they told me, he said, you know, them NS crews, they were always excited to get our BM motors when we get down to Memphis, and we'd hand the train off over to them. They said you guys' motors have actual working toilets in them.
Well, with our trains there, or even our diesels, the diesels, even from day one, always had flushing toilets in it. But the reason they used to be like this, they used to actually go straight down the tracks.
Yeah.
But
Actually, my first couple of trips in Germany on the trains in the early 2000s, they still had a couple of cars that just, when you flushed, all it did was open it. You could see the tracks below.
Yeah, and apparently in the UK they're still using it in a lot of their stock. They get rid of all of it, but they
banned in Germany, I think, by 2005, 2006. But our first couple of trips, yeah.
So, Del Mar rail fan, that is true. The new units, they do have a retention tank in them that holds the waste. And then when they get to I don't know where they have to go exactly to have it pumped out, but it's got. If you actually look on the locomotives, up right underneath the keg, you'll see. What am I trying to say? It like a end of a hose sticking out, a couplet, and then when they get to the terminal, they'll hook it up to a hose and pump all that stuff out of the tank.
Yeah, I think over here, I think they started doing away with this system. Would have been in the late 80s, early 90s, where they actually started going into storage tanks. But before that, it used to go all down the track. The first lot of people that were complaining about the toilet system being like this is the people that actually worked on the rolling stock, particularly on the engine locomotive. Because you can imagine like all the splatter of human feces and whatnot all over the wheels and under the undercarriage or whatnot would have been very pleasant. But with the locomotives, with the diesels, underneath all that heat and the traction motors and everything else like that, that would have been very pleasant. So when the 40 class diesel, or not the 40 class, the 42 diesels that look very similar to America ones, they actually started putting retaining tanks in them. But in the passenger trains, yeah, they started doing them roughly about the late 80s, early 90s, where they're putting retention tanks in them. The interurban electric set was the first one to get it. The XPT, when it came out, it already had retaining tanks for it. Here we are talking about shit. Oh, I'm running out of power. All right, I'm going to have to call it quits, guys. I don't have any battery power
Well, there
left.
you go, ladies and gentlemen. We got to the bottom of the train toilet world.
Toilet system. So, hopefully everybody enjoyed this, and I will be back home hopefully next weekend, and enjoyed your stream, something different. I'm still
And then the
still
following
just
week,
depressed that
the following
Andy
week,
didn't turn up. So you can,
next week will be a normal.
oh, you're
stream.
coming here? Oh shit! Yeah,
Nope. We changed.
and then
the
the week
mind.
after you're here, shit, I better go. I mean,
Yeah. You
oh
got
good,
some
I don't have to
nice-
clean my house now.
Yeah. You got
Oh,
Oh no, I got him last night. We got him. Yeah.
You
Fixer
got
helped
one
out with
while
them. They
you
rounded him up into the corner. Yeah.
All
Anyway,
right,
before I lose everything, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody.
right, see you,
And we'll see you guys next weekend. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Anthony and Randall, and everybody.
yep. See you guys.
Have fun, stay safe, and we'll see you then.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye
All right, see you.
bye.
Bye bye.